Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. Earlier today, Judge Tom Sampson dismissed the felony charges of false imprisonment case against Ashlee Buzzard, the same Ashlee Buzzard who returned home from California without her daughter, Melodee, and has refused to cooperate with the investigation ever since. The dismissal does not answer the bigger question, which is where is 9-year-old Melodee? What does it raise? What questions does it raise? A whole lot more questions about the timeline and all of that. So tonight we're going to be breaking down exactly what happened inside the courtroom, why the judges threw it out, and we're going over the latest on where is Melodee on the other side of this. Who's ready? Coming in clutch, better tighten them clothes, not the cold facts. Get the truth for the world, no smoke, no fluff, just the real that we trust. Hold on to your seat, cause I'm coming in clutch. Let's go, mother chickens.
Coming in clutch, better tighten the pearls. Dropping cold facts, got the truth for the world. No smoke, no fluff, just the real that we trust. Hold on to your seat, cause I'm coming in clutch. Coming in clutch.
Well, hello. Good to see you all. Thank you all so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options, anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is November 20th, 2025. It is currently 6:43 p.m. in the East Coast of the United States. Bonjour. You made it, Miss Linda. You certainly did. Hello, Sundown Farm, Mallory, Patty Allen, Jennifer, Rebecca, Shadow, Denise, Anna Banana, Kathy, Shannon. Good to see you, dear. Denise, Robin Groom, Patty Allen. Who else we got? Andrea, hello. Catherine, Denise, Kim is a ladybug. How you doing? Lady Gracious, Dawn, good to see you. Crazy Buck, just made April. Catherine, how you been, darling? Haven't seen you. You doing okay? Carol, Denise, Jennifer Cook, how you doing, girl? And Kitty, Crazy Buck, Tina girl. Kitty's roar. Hello. Good to see everyone coming in. Really do appreciate your time. Breaking news. out of the Melodee Buzzard case. The judge drops case against mom of missing 9-year-old Melodee. I'm shocked, to be quite honest with you. Jam to the jam. Wolfie Shadow coming in clutch, everybody. As y'all are filing in, if you don't mind, do me a big old favor and hit that thumbs up button. Would greatly, greatly appreciated. And share the live out for 10 years of good luck. Okay? Just saying. Okay. What the hell is with judges lately? That's what I'm screaming, Andrea. So it's unrelated, but sort of related to Melodee's case, adjacent, I would say. And that is, there was someone that thought they could help her, and they went there and allegedly, Miss Buzzard threatened. She got mad after she said too much, allegedly, as the story goes. She told this male too much. And that being said, she got angry, I guess, with herself, and then in turn got angry with this guy, and then allegedly threatened him with a box cutter and wouldn't let him out of the property, out of the house. So, yeah, something, isn't it? Something, is it? I love it when you talk trigonometry, Justin. It's funny, 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 funny. Okay, so thank you so much, Chemistry Queen. Girl, you're an OG now. How you doing? Yes, ma'am. 18 months, girl. Much love. Really do appreciate you, my love. Good to see you. Love you, Justin and Pearls. We love you, girl. We love you. Long time. Hey, Mike. Good to see you. I say YouTube has PMS, Roxy. It surely does. It's always, always changing. Okay. So this is Miss Buzzard, Miss Ashlee Buzzard, coming out of the courtroom today. Again, not really saying anything, which is not uncommon. She changes her looks a lot, doesn't she? It's a little interesting how she really does change her looks. Lurker check in. We got you, girl. We got you. Hello, Faye. Good to see you. Susan. Good to see you. It looks kind of like the same wig. I mean, we saw her without her hair, her wigs rather, recently, and she looks a lot. It just shows you how hair can really change your look. She's a chameleon. She certainly is. I wholeheartedly agree with that. But this is the thing. Where is Melodee? Where is she? Like, we are going on, we're over a month now. Either now we have been learning that the paternal, now remember, Melanie's Buzzard's dad is deceased. He died in a bike accident some years ago. However, the grandmother from that side was trying to get custody of Melodee. So is she hiding Melodee, or is this something, and I'm praying it's not filicide, but one of the number one reasons filicide happens is if I can't have them, neither can you. Right? And so this woman did, in 72 hours, she did 3,000 miles. Oh, yeah, she was given that a long time ago, Rebecca. A long time ago. Sure was. I heard his sis is standing up. Catherine, thank you so much, my dear. I am a predestined. Thank you for asking. Aw, good to see you, honey. Worried about you. I'm glad you're okay. Thank you for your support, my dear. All right, so a lot to unpack here. A lot to unpack. First of all, we knew last night that she had a hearing today, and I'm going to show you some things. There is, oh God, what'd I do? Okay. There is a, and remember, guys, remember, can y'all see me? Uh-oh. One second. One second. I do apologize for that. I don't know what happened. It's just one of those YouTube quirks. I couldn't see myself. So, but now think about this, guys. Before Melody could, or sorry, Ashlee, she couldn't go anywhere. She could not go anywhere. Now she is free to leave the coop. She can go anywhere now. Not good. Not good. Okay.
Here's some kind of outcome, one way or the other.
What's your gut as far as where you need to be searching for Melodee right now?
We're not getting the full story from Ashlee Buzzard, and she's had plenty of opportunity to. That's for sure. And at this point, I don't.
Oops. I'm not sure.
Something happened.
This is not the one. This is the PI that is really working hard for trying to find Melodee. But again, where is she? Where is she? Okay, let me pull this up and let's get it started. Very weird. What's going on here? This was last night with Ashlee Banfield. And very interesting here on News Nation. Here we go. Guys, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button if you're coming in.
If you have an ex in your life who you're not very fond of, or maybe you have an old friend who crossed you in a way that you never thought possible. But there's a time-honored tradition of cutting their faces out of your favorite photos to help heal the wounds faster. And for some folks, that works. But leave it to Ashlee Buzzard in Lompoc, California, to take that coping strategy and twist it into knots. Ashlee is the mother of Melodee Buzzard, age 9, whose whereabouts and welfare have been a mystery for 41 days now.
41. Well, now it's 42. Thank you so much, Miss Candace. Appreciate your support. And Miss Candace says he shouldn't be free until she produces the child. I agree. I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. Like Lori Vallow, they arrested her. Right? And I want to also show you something. California Penal Code 278 and 278.5, which makes it a crime to hide a child, keep a child away from lawful family and guardians, refuse to tell law enforcement where the child is. So again, law enforcement, if you guys told her she had to produce the kid, and this was weeks ago, you gave her 72 hours to produce Melodee. She didn't. Is that an empty threat? Is that an empty threat? It sounds like an empty threat to me. Sarah Jane, Kathy Hoover, DJ Minions, Denise, hello. Pug hair is glitter. I have a pug. And they do shed a lot. That was CPS who said that. Well, regardless, I didn't think it was CPS, but even if it was CPS, CPS can recommend charges. All they have to do is tell law enforcement, we fear that she is in danger. She is not being provided to us. Lock her up. Lock her up. Thank you so much, Miss Candace. Really, really do appreciate you, darling. Why don't you ask? Yeah. Ugh.
In that time, her mother, Ashlee, has stonewalled the police, had her home and her rental car and her storage unit raided by the feds,
Yeah.
and has been charged with falsely imprisoning an acquaintance who tried to help search for Melodee. And I have an update on that case in just a minute. You won't believe how she showed up for court this morning. I'm going to give you all of those details. You saw a snippet. I'll give you the rest. But I'll bet that you remember seeing the videos that we showed you a few weeks ago. Bewildering video of Ashlee ripping down her daughter's missing persons posters in the front yard. Remember those? Those were staked out in the front of her house. She's ripping them down for reasons that nobody can fathom until possibly now. A private investigator hired by Melodee's aunt just dropped a bombshell. He says a person who was inside Ashlee's home saw her cutting Melodee's face out of those posters.
Okay. Let's stop right there. Why would a mother be like, that's something I did when I was in my yearbook in middle school. Cutting the face out. Like, something is wrong here. Arts and crafts. I love that you're so gracious, Anna Banana. What is going on? How does a mother do this? That's bad. I was gobsmacked. Gobsmacked. That makes me wonder now if I kind of had a little hope that she might be out there alive. But now, I don't know. Hey, Miss Kels, good to see you, darling. How you doing, ma'am? Thank you so much, Miss Catherine, coming in clutch, gifting a membership. Appreciate you, darling. You received that membership. Give our girl Catherine a big thank you. Really, really do appreciate you, my dear. Twisted your ankle? Oh my God. That's not good. Does the mom have a boyfriend? No. You
heard me right. What normal folks do to people they consider dead to them, Ashlee did to her own missing and endangered child.
Yeah, you're dead to me. I'm cutting out your face.
So does Ashlee Buzzard consider Melodee dead to her? Does she consider or know the child to be dead, period? The private investigator says not necessarily, and that is the weird and spooky part of this. Our Brian Enton has been on the streets of Lompoc, California, and spoke exclusively with that private investigator, and here's what he told Brian.
So the posters had photographs of Melodee. They didn't take up the entire poster, but they were snapshots that were projected onto the posters. So I understand that she had cut these photographs off of the poster,
So she cut Melodee out of the missing poster.
out of several of the missing posters.
And why would she do that?
Not sure, but what she did with them is she placed them on a table in her home. To me, it represents an altar. Not saying that she's deceased, but it's something that she can have some memory of.
Wow.
And that's what I picked up from that.
Now, this is the PI that has been on this, traveling here and far, like everywhere to find Melodee. And if anybody knows, in my opinion, he knows. And if she's making an altar, that's bad. I feel like this is going to be, they were not going to take another kid from me. If I can't have her, nobody can. Hey, War, good to see you, love. How you doing, baby? Well, Catherine, thank you again. Thank you so much, Mamacita. You're so kind. Really do appreciate that. If you receive that pearl necklace, make sure you give our Catherine a marvelous big thank you. Thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate you very much, Miss Catherine. Since her dad passed, her mother better still be her. Okay, I would say that would be cut off by now. I would say he inserted himself to a big case, so he will get public requisition for the sure, yep, of course, yep. Kind of like Daniel doesn't post any missing children's posters, but he's the only one that apparently cares. I roll. Yeah, I can't roll in the back of my head enough. What do you mean shame on them? Like what's your deal with them? Just curious. I don't Troublemaker says, I don't think she's dead. I think she left her with someone. But who? Who? She might have. But it's such an odd thing, right? It's very odd to be cutting out these posters with your daughter's face. And this is a very strange case. Very strange.
You're going to hear more from that private investigator in just a moment. He was hired by the sister of Melodee's late father. But first, Ashlee had quite a court appearance this morning. And it's a good thing that we had cameras there because you wouldn't have believed it. It was very, very brief, but she appeared on that false.
I think the hearing lasted about a minute and a half. Because she knows she's not missing and maybe she doesn't want her to be recognized. But we all have pictures of her, though. We all have pictures of her. Is that friend a paralegal? I don't know. Hello, Angel of Light, my love. Good to see you. With who and why would she leave? Well, the person who would keep Melodee, they would be in some big ass trouble by now. Hey, Peekaboo, I think I think some people rather may end up being sued by Ashlee. It's all Grandma says. I pray Melodee is safe. Interesting. I have to say it takes a full functioning brain and concentration to do a full face, makeup, and style a wig she has on. She clearly she has her wits about her and self-aware in all seriousness. So it's she has had obviously some mental health I think we all have some mental health issues at some point in our life, right? But she is, I mean, she has to be with it at some times. You don't stay out of it for a month solid, right? And she is getting ready. She's able to travel. She is not cooperating with the investigation whatsoever. So do I think there's probably some mental health? Yeah. Maybe not taking medicine, that kind of thing. But I don't know if it's that deep at this point. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Imprisonment charge that she was slapped with 2 weeks ago. Her long and curly wig was back, but this time pulled into that ponytail. And also this time, Ashlee Buzzard came to court dolled up to the nines in full makeup. And when I say full, I mean brimming over. She had a ton of makeup on her face. I can't explain it because last time she had none. She was unrecognizable. Our Brian Enton was able to catch up with her as she left the courthouse. Here's the longer clip of what you just saw a snip of.
She got a lot of blush.
Ashlee, can you tell us where Melodee is? Why aren't you saying anything to law enforcement, Ashlee? Why have you just stayed quiet when your daughter's missing? It doesn't make...
This right here feels like the Chad and Lori Daybell when they were in Hawaii. Nate Eaton rather, was there, and he's like, Lori, can you talk about your kids? And we know, unfortunately, how that turned out. It's giving that. That's what I'm getting.
Make any sense? Why did you cut her pictures out on the posters? Everyone just wants to know where Melodee is. Everybody just wants to know.
Can you guys back up away from the car, please?
Ashlee Buzzard's charge stemmed from an accusation that she threatened a friend of hers with a box cutter after she allegedly told him about Melodee's whereabouts and presumably regretted doing so. They are both set to be in court tomorrow for a preliminary hearing. So yeah, we're going to be there. And in the meantime, Brian Enton is live outside of Ashlee's house.
Now, she has already had that preliminary hearing
with all of his new reporting. First of all, Brian, great work in posing those questions to her, because you might be the very first person who has done so that at least we have been able to hear. Whether police have been stonewalled by her, it's all under wraps. But that was just amazing to see her doing the same thing to us that presumably she's been doing to the police.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our News Nation app right now.
Okay. Thank you very much. I thought that was... I thought I had the full one. Bear with me as I put that one up. Here we go. Guys, if you're just joining us, if you haven't hit that thumbs up button yet, we'd greatly appreciate it. And also would love for you to subscribe if you have not yet.
House with all of his new reporting. First of all, Brian, great work in posing those questions to her, because you might be the very first person who has done so that at least we have been able to hear. Whether police have been stonewalled by her, it's all under wraps. But that was just amazing to see her doing the same thing to us that presumably she's been doing to the police. Let me ask you about the house tonight. Any action, any sign of her?
Yeah, and by the way, you heard the clanking in that video when I was asking her questions. Those were her little high heel boots. She was really dolled up today. Like you said, very different than what we've seen her in the past. And she had the wig on before, but it was sort of outside her house tonight in Lompoc. Very, very dark. The signs are still out here. She's left these signs out front. Where is Melodee? We won't stop looking for her. So show us where she is.
Now, the reason he's talking about these signs, for some of you that don't know, she has taken down a lot of these signs. A lot. Yeah. Bella, thank you so much, my dear. Really do appreciate you for that. And she says, thank you so much for being able thank you so much, Bella. Appreciate you very much, my dear. Thank you so much for your kindness, your support. It means a lot. I agree. I wish they would do an assessment because they clearly didn't, or she presented fine and declined to help. Mm, You know, I mean, she can go anywhere now. Like, the world is her oyster at this point. But there are so many people watching her every move. That's the good thing. That's the thing that makes, like, people are watching her house 24/7. And I'm sure probably law enforcement has, and they very, very often do this, is they will put cameras up outside of the house, around the neighborhood, just in case. Just in case.
This apparently was up on this stick here, but it's been pushed down. We'll get a little closer to the house, though. It's dark. She's inside tonight, Ashlee. There was a FedEx delivery a couple of hours ago, and she came out and got the box, but she went back in. There's the light on outside, but it's totally pitch black inside. There have been no lights coming in from any of the windows, and she hasn't come out, and she still hasn't spoken to anyone, Ashlee.
War Baby, because it happened inside. That's why it happened inside. With the box cutter.
I am getting Brian Laundrie vibes here. I remember when you were out in front of the Laundrie's home in Florida when Gabby Petito was missing, and it was the same thing. Dark windows, no activity, signs outside, and a lot of protesters. That was one thing that was very different.
Oh,
but
yeah, we were on that.
I am curious, when you saw her, I know it was all very fast and you were busy interviewing. Did you happen to notice whether she still had her ankle monitor on her leg? Because the other day when she was moving boxes, it was hard to tell, but we thought maybe it wasn't there.
It's a good question, and it was hard to tell. I didn't see it, although what she was wearing and these kind of boots, like heeled
I am told that it's off.
boots, I think it could have been covered. I didn't notice it. But it was a quick hearing, and it was interesting too. She kind of had an entourage today, Ashlee. Last time we saw her, she was by herself, and she doesn't have a car. I mean, there's no car in the garage. She doesn't have a car, so she Ubers or she ride shares to these court hearings. So last time she showed up and she walked in alone. This time, I guess they were sort of prepared. She had a couple of police officers surrounding her. Her lawyer, her public defender, was also with her, walking with her when she went in. She was only in for maybe 5-10 minutes. It was a quick hearing. Tomorrow is really going to be the main hearing. And then she walked out. She went back to that ride share.
He was talking to her inside the home. And again, the story goes that she was talking, and she allegedly felt comfortable with him and said allegedly where she left Melodee. Now, apparently, Melodee's not there because that was, what, a week or two ago? But she got mad at herself for allegedly telling him this information, and that's when she tried to keep him from going.
Came right back to the house, and she hasn't been out since.
So tell me about the actual court appearance itself. I know it was really brief, but tell me all the color from inside that proceeding.
Yeah, it was brief. They didn't allow video cameras this time, but the judge did allow still cameras, which is why you can see these still images, these photographs from inside of her. Again, she showed no emotion. She didn't speak once. We never heard her voice, not even once. And she just went in. She was with her lawyer. They were basically confirming that this preliminary hearing is going to happen tomorrow. And she looked at the judge, but really kind of stone cold, no emotion at all, really dolled up. I mean, really heavy on the blush. Ashlee, you could see just her cheeks were really, really red. She had a lot of makeup on, which we haven't seen before. And I think it was the same wig. She just sort of had it styled differently and pulled back. And so she didn't say a word. She was in very quick. She left. And the only time I noticed any kind of feeling from her is when I first said her name when she came out. I said Ashlee, and she looked over and we made eye contact just for a second, but then she just looked forward and went to the car.
Yeah, she looks kind of cold.
So I'm going to ask you this next question, but I'm going to ask our control room to put that comparative photo of her in the court appearance last week and the court appearance this morning in full screen. I want to just be, I want the audience to be able to just see the stark difference between her court appearance. Now, granted, I will say this. On the right, she had been in jail. They arrested her at her home and they brought her to the police station.
I mean, it's hard to come out of jail with a full beat on your face. You know what I mean? So, I mean, give her a break there. You know, I mean, somebody got her wig though.
And processed her, and they locked her up in county for, I believe it was like 5 or 6 days at least. I think she was pulled in on a Friday.
What's interesting is after she'd lost all of this weight, this is when she started wearing wigs and started doing a lot of the makeup and stuff like that. Before that, she didn't wear wigs and didn't do a lot of makeup or anything. It's just interesting. Do you think the box cutter guy was a distraction to try to take eyes off Melodee? To try to no, I don't personally. No, no, I don't think so. Just my opinion, though. I had a manic patient get all dolled up and wait outside for hours because she was sure her psychiatrist was coming to pick her up. Yep. Yeah, but the thing is these, you know, if she's in like some sort of episode, it doesn't last for months like this, like being constantly out of your.
Or so, and she came out midweek, and so this would have been her on the right after several days in jail where they don't, you know, have an ample supply of makeup or hair products. But that's a wig on the right, and it does look like it's the same wig on the left, Brian, but the amount of makeup that she has on makes her indeed just an entirely different.
Yeah, you can lose a lot of hair with weight loss, especially with like gastric bypass, bariatric, but she has her hair. We've seen her hair and she's got plenty of it.
And I put that on the screen, not for the prurience of looking at it. I put it on the screen for those who feel they may have seen that woman on the left somewhere in that cross-country trip that she made with Melodee, from which she returned without Melodee. Or have they seen the woman on the right? Have you seen either of these women? They're the same woman, but she has, obviously, she's a chameleon. It's just incredible to see that. And I want you to tell me, Brian, a little bit more.
She's she really changes her looks a lot, which is very, very interesting. Also, we learned that she paid with cash her entire trip. Everything was cash. Well, but Deborah, she's got all of her hair. We've seen it. It's like a red.
More about this private investigator who has inside knowledge of what was going on inside her home, snipping the faces of Melodee off of those missing posters. Walk me through that.
Yeah, this is really disturbing. This private investigator, his name is Bill Garcia. He has a long history, decades of work.
Well, I mean, she had what I call like a Britney moment. She shaved her head a while back, and now it's short, but it's not like buzz cut short or anything like that.
Looking for missing children, and a lot of success. And the paternal side, Melodee's, father's family, the aunt, actually recruited this man, Bill Garcia, to come in and help with the case. He spent a lot of time, by the way, Ashlee, out here surveilling the house, watching her movements, trying to talk to her.
Peggy, you got to take a lot of supplements. You'll get your hair back. Lots of supplements. Zinc, biotin. Okay.
But he got information from someone who was inside the house, who he says told him that the missing Melodee posters were inside this house behind me, and that she had cut the faces and the border around Melodee's face out of the posters, so they were just like.
That's the way I think, Argoholic. You know, I'm like, if she wants her daughter, she should be with her, in my opinion. But the thing is, like, maybe she's not thinking it that way. I don't know.
The shell of Melodee's face in the posters, and that she had moved those pictures over to another area where, as he described it, it almost seemed like a shrine, which he found to be very, very disturbing. He also bought.
Leslie, I don't think she's going to go wherever Melodee is. No. It's okay, Wolfie. I don't think so, because she knows she is watched very, very closely. Is she trying to be someone else in her own mind? I don't know. I mean, she's, she lost a ton of weight, and she's got a body yaddy yaddy now. Like, she's got a really nice figure, and maybe she's just, it's like a new her. She reinvented herself or something. Yes, Denise, 42, 43, I think today. I have to have my kids. You will never know what that feels like if you haven't been through it. Right. I mean, I understand that. But, even, this is with authorities now. She could send a picture. Right? Send a picture of, or a video or something of Melodee.
The way went on the road trip that Melodee went on. He retraced her steps. He went to Utah, where there have been these reports that Melodee may have given, that Ashlee may have given Melodee to someone in Utah. And I asked him whether he really believes that story. Listen to what Bill Garcia told me, Ashlee.
My personal belief, after doing this over 30 years, I don't believe it. I don't believe she left Melodee. I think it's kind of a smokescreen to throw people off. I don't see her leaving her out anywhere with anyone, or leaving her out in the brush or in the woods. I see her bringing her all the way home if something happened to her. I think regardless if something happened, she would have brought her at least close to home.
So you think she could be back close to home?
I do. I absolutely do. I think Ashlee has done this before, and whether she was a courier for drugs or any other kind of item.
When you say done this before, what do you mean?
She's made these trips before. I'm certain of it.
You mean this strange trip to
the cross-country trips? I believe she's made the trips before, and I understand that.
But why is she doing these trips? Why is she doing these trips? You don't just travel 3 days, 3,000 miles in 3 days. That is a haul. Well, there has to be some benefit for her, right? Is she buying rugs, selling rugs? What is she doing?
She regularly would get a rental car, and we don't know where she went.
So Ashlee, he says he discovered that she has rented the car before, and he is very, very confident that she has made that trip before on that route. And he believes that Melodee is not in Utah. He believes that Melodee is back in the Lompoc area.
Now that would be interesting if she's in the Lompoc area. The last place she was seen was on the border of Utah. Police are saying to look in Utah. This PI is saying she's going to bring Melodee much closer. Well, I mean, she could have been changing her license plates because of rugs as well. Right? So that could be part
He
of it.
actually wants to do searches in this area. It's been very heavy rain here for the last several days. It's nice tonight, but he wants to get out here and search. He believes Melodee is closer to home.
She would have had to have dropped her off somewhere pretty quickly. I mean, she didn't socialize a lot with anybody. So you would think that they would have went to all of these people's homes that she knows, whether it's, checking her phone records, checking where she's been in the past, all of that. I mean, this is not going to end, right? It's not going to end until Melodee is found. Sundown Farm says the home looks very plain on the outside, like she stays in the house all the time. Well, there's been a lot of things in the past where they said the home inside was just terrible. Just absolutely terrible. The kids were allegedly eating rotten food in the fridge.
I hope he means alive. Does he mean alive, closer to home?
Look, he's careful when he talks about that. He wants to be hopeful, but he also has plans to search in wooded areas, and there's lakes around here, those kinds of things. So he's not entirely hopeful.
It really is, Candace.
Talk to me, Brian, about the tips that apparently that PI says he's been getting from truckers.
Yeah, so you talk about hopeful. I mean, tips have been coming into him from people who believe they may have seen Melodee alive. Among them are truckers, because that's a popular trucker route coming in from places like Nebraska, even from Iowa. He just got a tip this morning.
But the route that she chose in Utah was not the main route. It is off the beaten path. It's off the beaten path. So, I don't know.
Listen to what he told me about that.
And he says, I can't get that little girl out of my mind. I keep seeing her in the early morning of Friday, just 4 days ago, at this distribution facility with a truck driver.
Where?
In Lansing, Michigan. And she had that same gray looking hoodie. And he said, I saw her face, and her face looked like Melodee.
So he's got tips coming in, Ashlee. He has.
So that's a trucker saying, I can't get Melodee's face out of my head. And this was Lansing, Michigan, which is a hell of a lot farther than Utah. Right? She could be literally anywhere, guys. Keep your eye out when you are out and about. Don't look at the hair necessarily. Look at the face. She might be bigger or smaller than what you have in your head. Just keep a look, because she could literally be anywhere. Why would she be anywhere though, princess? You know what I mean?
Been referring those to the FBI, who we know are investigating. And again, he was sitting out here for so long doing surveillance. It's just so bizarre. It's so quiet. It's so dark. I just want to show you again. I mean, there's posters that line the front sidewalk here with pictures of Melodee, a nicer photo than a photo from the surveillance at the rental car place. Where is Melodee? A poster here. There's candles over here that the neighbors left, and little stuffed animals. I mean, it is such an awful vibe out here. And the fact that she just stays inside with all the lights off, it's got everybody in the neighborhood really upset.
Yeah, and clearly these don't seem to be posters that the mother is putting out in front asking for help finding the child. It is the neighborhood putting those posters up saying, just like the laundries, where, is Gabby? I remember the posters and the people demanding the laundries speak, and they just wouldn't. 10 seconds left here, Brian. Tomorrow, what can we expect in court? I think we're hearing that
Right. And Brandy in Indy says, we don't even good, I think she means have good up-to-date pictures of Melodee, in my opinion, and she looked extremely pale in the CCTV footage. That's truly the most updated photos / video that we have of Melodee. The photos that we see when Melodee first went missing is when she was much younger.
Alleged victim Tyler Brewer, the one who was allegedly held with the box cutter and not allowed to leave that house behind you. Is that what we're expecting to see tomorrow?
Yes, quickly, tomorrow's going to be a big day. The preliminary hearing, we expect that victim may testify. Will something come up about Melodee? We don't know, but she's going to have to be there again tomorrow. So she's going to have to Uber there in the morning, probably put on all that makeup and the wig on again, and we'll see what tomorrow brings bright and early.
I mean, it's just confounding the everything about this woman and her behavior. Brian, excellent job. Thank you so much for bringing all that exclusive material. So appreciated. Keep an eye on things for tomorrow, too.
Thanks, Ash.
Okay. Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our News Nation app right now.
Thank you, Chris. Okay, moving forward. So today she went and went into court. The court lasted a total of approximately a minute and a half. That's about it. And let me pull that up. Perhaps. Maybe. I've got so many tabs open right now. It's crazy. Okay. Yeah. Let's see here. So was the charges dropped because it wasn't true? I don't know. That's a good question, right? Good question. Here we go. Why is it not? Bear with me, guys, 1 second. Melodee Buzzard. Oh, no, let me see. Ashlee Buzzard. Okay, here we go. This was earlier today. I'm going to go to Court TV. Deborah, it was actually today. That was from last night that I just played. And it was dropped. It was dropped. Let me go to this first. That's what I'll do. Okay. Sorry, my computer's running so slow today. Hello, Tropicana. Good to see you.
Breaking news. The mother of missing 9-year-old Melodee Buzzard will have her GPS monitor removed, and she will have a felony charge dismissed.
A Santa Barbara County Superior Court judge has dismissed a felony false imprisonment complaint against Ashlee Buzzard and terminated her pretrial supervision. She appeared in a 2-hour hearing earlier today. Video and audio recordings were not allowed. The testimony centered on a friend of Ashlee's who said he felt threatened during a visit earlier this month. Ashlee Buzzard denies the allegation.
Separately, investigators say that Buzzard took a road trip in October with her daughter Melodee, but returned without her. Authorities say the case remains an open missing person investigation.
It is certainly open. I told you she got that monitor cut off. She sure did. She sure did. Here we go.
Breaking news. The mother of missing...
No, that's not it. Bear with me. Which I was just gobsmacked that they took that monitor off of her leg. Credit goes to News Channel 312.
Ashlee Buzzard appeared in court in Lompoc this morning on her felony charge of false imprisonment. Ashlee is the mother of 9-year-old Melodee Buzzard, who was reported missing in early October. The charge stems from a conversation with a man named Tyler Brewer at her Vandenberg Village home. Ashlee became agitated when Brewer mentioned a location along a 3-day drive Ashlee took with Melodee across several states the last time Melodee was seen. She's accused of preventing Brewer from leaving the home, and Ashlee was arrested the following day and has since pleaded not guilty. This morning, Ashlee and her attorney said they are ready to move forward with court proceedings, which continue tomorrow morning. A small number of locals who have been following Melodee's disappearance were in attendance.
I think what she came here for today was nonsense. They should be bringing her to court about where her daughter is. I believe Melodee is somewhere in the area. And like I said, I don't believe she is alive, but
A lot of people
I'm
are
willing
saying
to
that.
do whatever I can, even if it's a bunch of us searching around for her.
Law enforcement affirms this remains a missing person case, and they continue to ask for the public's help finding Melodee. Anyone with information is urged to contact the Sheriff's Criminal Investigations Division.
How can you have an open missing persons report but not really? I can see working on it. You have a POI you're doing nothing about. Right. Exactly. It's very bizarre. Very, very bizarre. Okay. Here it is. It goes to Court TV. I mean, they need to be putting an ankle monitor on her for her daughter.
Confirmed that they will be moving forward with the preliminary hearing this morning. So that's where testimony is going to be taken. We'll get to learn a little more about that incident. But the big question still looming this morning, where is Melodee? Let's bring in our power panel this morning. I want to welcome in high-profile criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor Michael J. Brown. Retired lieutenant, he was the commander of the Nassau County Police K-9 unit, also served with the NYPD. K-9 expert Mike Gould, and the sheriff in Erie County, Pennsylvania, Sheriff Chris Campanelli. Good morning to you all. Wow, what a power panel this is.
Look at this.
Let's start with the burning question of where is Melodee? Sheriff Campanelli, I want to begin with you, please. Tapping into your experience with investigations, what do you say to all these folks at home watching this program right now who are wondering what in the world is happening with that child?
So this was her this morning at court. Again, she had a lot of makeup on, in a white shirt this morning. Is Ashlee to get freedom and not have charges? I don't know.
Great question. I think the folks of that community are very lucky that the FBI is involved. They have the absolute resources and the training and experience behind them that I believe that if anybody's going to find this little girl, it's going to be them.
Yes, we have that faith. Lieutenant Gould, I want to go to you next, please. We've talked before on the program about surveillance of Ashlee in the meantime and the utility of her being out right now. I would love your thoughts on that now at this juncture as we sit here this morning.
Yeah, Julie, well, I share your sentiments. I thought she should have. Of course, I don't know the laws. Michael will certainly shed some light on what his opinion, why not. But child endangerment in California, I think there's sufficient amount of evidence to show.
Hey, Candace, if you don't like this format, you can go, there's 2 lives technically right now, and you can go to that live.
So that she's not cooperating, her child's gone. There's mental illness with neon lights flashing around her. It's a very strange, there's not much talk about Melodee, really. And I agree with the sheriff. Of course, the FBI is involved, but it's like, what's not happening? I don't see a lot of search and rescue people. When a child goes missing, historically, the community gets together.
It's like nobody is searching. She's missing, right? So where's the searches? Just go to my channel and it'll have 2 different lives up. One's vertical and one is the horizontal.
Possible filicide where the mother possibly may have killed her own daughter. So it's really strange. It's very sterile. She comes to court in an Uber. She leaves in an Uber. She locks herself in the house. It's dark. It's just something very strange to me and maybe it's because I'm on the East Coast and there might be much more media coverage out there, but it's something very strange. And I agree with your sentiments that she should have been arrested at some point just to have her opportunity to talk to her.
Lieutenant, great points. I want to dovetail off the one you made. Excellent point about there may be a mental health component here. Michael J. Brown, want to ask you, we know she's picked up one criminal case, but it doesn't pertain to Melodee. It's a false imprisonment charge. Tell me, if you're representing her and you're going today to court for this preliminary
you just got to start somewhere.
Hearing, what are your main objectives?
Yeah, well, good morning, Julie. Good morning, everybody. It seems as though it was really, they're going after her for that incident when obviously the bigger picture is about this young child. So from the defense standpoint, they're just going to sit and wait. They've already said they're representing her, so they're not going to be able to question her. It just defies common sense. And to all of us sitting here watching this case, we expect the worst, but hope for the best. There's a lot of unanswered questions. And I think ultimately what's going to happen is the FBI obviously is going to do their job, and they're going to do as much as they can in terms of investigation. I think they're going to rely heavily on the public because a lot of public tips on this type of case could really answer the question of what happened to this young lady and where she would be.
Oh, definitely. Great point. Let's listen to a clip from Grandma. This is Melodee's paternal grandmother speaking out. Her father has passed away.
I would have never recognized her. I can't believe it's her. She looks so different. What about my case? Where's my granddaughter? Well, we don't know nothing yet. That's what they tell me.
How about she said she wouldn't have recognized her? Sheriff Campanelli, I want to talk to you about the disguises. We know that Melodee was, in fact, alive on the date of October 7th. We have video surveillance confirmation of that, as you know, where she and Mom are at the car rental business.
California is just crazy to me.
They're both wearing wigs. Melodee's also got her hoodie up in that business. And then we know Mom takes this long trip through several states. There's a look at those images. Grandma presumably referencing that image where she's saying, not even recognizing her. I mean, it's just, it's.
Melodee's got her arms crossed there. It feels a little uncomfortable. Like, you know what I mean? It feels a little uncomfortable. Like, oh, poor girl.
Bizarre. We know they had a false license plate along the trip. We know they went through Utah, Nevada, all the way to Nebraska. And then they came back to California. But not they, just Mom came back. Melodee did not return on the trip with her. Sheriff, what do you make of some of these forms of deception here that were used by Mom?
Yeah, I mean, someone that is going to go to these extremes to change their appearance, to have a false license plate. I mean, there's definitely something sinister behind this. And I do agree. The more you look at it, the more it points towards a mental health issue. And I don't, until they get her into custody and can question her, I think they're going to have a tough time.
Get her in custody and give her an evaluation. What? I mean, we are in 43 days later. Andale, come on, get with it. Like, someone's life may hang in the balance, a child's life. Hello? Give the gal an evaluation. This is enough.
I know, Sheriff. I know. This is what troubles me. Lieutenant Gould, let's talk a little bit about her lack of cooperation and what that tells you. And so initially we know it was Melodee's school who reached out and was like, hey, this is a prolonged absence. We just want to make sure she's okay. And mom had nothing to say to the school. And then so the school reports it. She has nothing to say to police. We know police returned to the house, still nothing. As an investigator, Lieutenant, what does this say to you about mom's alleged culpability?
Right. Well, anytime a parent is not cooperative and actually taking down the missing person signs, there's reports that she's cutting the faces off them. So again, back to mental illness. But her disguises and stuff, I mentioned on a previous show, some of her disguises actually draw more attention to her than she does blending into the community. These exaggerated wigs. Yesterday she was in court and exaggerated makeup. What's odd is, as Michael said, this is going to be the public that's going to be of assistance and the media, of course. But we're working off a photograph that I think is several years old. And that is also somewhat stunning to me. I got thousands of pictures of my grandchild in my phone as we speak, update as of yesterday. So we're working on this kind of one photo.
I don't think anybody thinks this wasn't planned. Marie says exactly, Robin W64I5B. Wigs changing plates. You need a plan, and you have to think that out. Definitely was thought out for sure. Hey girl, how you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Yeah. It's time. Like, come
photo
on.
That may not be as accurate. I'm not sure how old it is, but 2 or 3 years in a child's life, they change dramatically in their appearance. So these are all the oddities. I'm hoping that the law enforcement is filtering. They know more than we know. We'd like to know, and they're just filtering the information for law enforcement purposes.
Yes, I'm glad you brought that up, Lieutenant. If you look closely at the picture, it looks like she has baby teeth in that photo, and we know that she's 9. And so that probably does make it difficult for anybody looking for this child. This is the image that's been so widely circulated, but we see on surveillance camera, even her own grandma is like, I don't recognize my grandchild because of how grown she is. And yeah, that says a lot that there isn't a more recent picture. It's very, very sad. This child's father passed away, as I mentioned, and mom clearly struggling. Michael, tell me, with respect to what's going on today, if you're her counsel, do you encourage her to waive this and just get the case on up to big court, or do you want to have a hearing today?
Yeah, Julie, I don't waive any of those types of hearings. That's a tremendous, from a defense standpoint, it's a tremendous ability to get discovery. You have the ability to have live witnesses testify, cross-examine these witnesses, something we don't have here in the state of New York. So these types of preliminary hearings are favorable. They're helpful for the defendant, and it gives them the opportunity to really get a preview of the case.
Yeah.
Yeah, which, it was dropped today. Where does she get her income from? I think she gets a check for Melodee, from what I understand. And she's been going through a lot of financial troubles. So there's that. She tried to rent a car recently, and they didn't I guess she didn't have enough money to get the car. Okay. So now we're going to talk about these charges that was dropped today. And this is from KSBY. A Vandenberg village mother charged with false imprisonment, who is also at the center of a missing child investigations, will have her electronic monitoring discontinued and the felony charges against her dismissed. Santa Barbara County Superior Court Judge Stephen Dunkel made the ruling today in Lompoc courtroom following more than 2 hours of testimony in Ashlee Buzzard preliminary hearing. The hearing was the third and now final in just over a week following Buzzard's November 7th arrest. Media was only allowed to take pictures during the hearing. No video or audio recordings were permitted, and the picture of the alleged victim was also prohibited. The felony charges stemmed from November 6th incident when Buzzard's Mars Avenue home involved a man identified as Tyler S. Brewer. In court, he said he was a legal document assistant and freelance paralegal. While on the stand, Brewer described the approximately 5 visits he made to Buzzard's home between November 1st and November 6th, after reaching out to her, offering assistance should she need it. He told the court he first met Buzzard back in 2014 while friends with Buzzard's then roommate. The focus on Thursday hearing was for Brewer's testimony. He said he felt threatened by Buzzard on the evening of November 6th while at the home for more than an hour. He claimed Buzzard's demeanor changed during their conversation and that she had a box cutter and he wasn't allowed to leave. Buzzard denied the charges, which authorities say are unrelated to the missing child investigation involving the 9-year-old daughter, Melodee. The judge ultimately ruled to dismiss the criminal complaint against Buzzard and to terminate pretrial supervision. The GPS device was placed on Buzzard last week following another judge ruling that she could be released from custody. The judge stated that an audio recording taken by Buzzard from the late night Brewer was at her home did not show enough evidence that Brewer to have been in fear. A Santa Barbara County Sheriff detective testified that following Buzzard's arrest, 2 cell phones were found in her purse. He says a search warrant was obtained and the audio recording of the conversation between Brewer and Buzzard was discovered when content on one phone was downloaded. The judge also noted when announcing his ruling that he was not trying to invade anyone's lived experiences. The Santa Barbara County Sheriff District Attorney Office provided a statement to KSBY following the hearing that stated in part, quote, "One of the purposes of the preliminary hearing is to assess the evidence that may be offered at trial. In this case, after the initial report to law enforcement and the filing of the complaint, further investigation yielded additional evidence that was contradictory to the information that was initially provided to the detectives. The evidence was brought out at the hearing and inconsistencies were examined by both sides. Ultimately, it was determined that the evidence was not sufficient and moved this case forward to trial." Meanwhile, authorities have said that the investigation to Melodee's disappearance remains ongoing. The investigation began on October 14th when local school officials reported the girl's prolonged absence. With assistance from the FBI, the Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office has said Buzzard took a 3-day road trip with her daughter as far east as Nebraska, leaving on October 7th, and returning October 10th without Melodee. They said Buzzard changed license plates at least once during the trip and also changed wigs. Investigators say Melodee was last seen on surveillance video October 9th near the Colorado-Utah border. Buzzard's home has been searched by authorities 3 times since October 14th, along with her rental car and a storage unit. Authorities have not said whether any items of interest were located during those searches. The Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office has said the case remains an open missing persons case and not a criminal investigation. Again, it's still not a criminal investigation. It just blows my mind. Blows my mind. Crazy. Yeah. So, apparently there was a recording the night that Mr. Brewer was there, and the judge decided that he didn't sound like he was in fear of his life, in his opinion. So there's that. Okay, guys. Well, we're going to stay on top of this, see what becomes of it. It's a very, very strange case. Very strange case. And, with the FBI being on this, you would think more developments would have occurred, but still nothing that we're aware of. If the father is dead or the parent is dead, it will soon be trust and know that this is not going to end well with that poor child. Unfortunately, I hope she's okay. I think he might have been. Yeah, you're right, Remy. Yeah. We'll see. Guys, thank you all so much for joining me. I will be back within the hour. We'll be talking about Summer Moon Utah Wells, the latest going on in that case after 4.5 years. There's some new breaking information, and we are going to be going over some of that and some theories, also some things that was said in the past with all of that as well. Thank you so much, Lord. Appreciate you, darling. Thank you, Tina. Thank you, Catherine. G, everyone. Appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys. I might be live before 9 o'clock, so just kind of watch out if you want to join me then. Thank you guys so much for joining me. God bless each and every single one of you. Justice for little Melodee Buzzard. See you guys later.